It's all happening fairly quickly. Last look of the day. We've been out for provisions. Friends over there, two famous people. Eerie, actually. It's a stakeout. Monsieur Eclusier going to our next. Charge! You're jousting! And so the race is on. This is the River Yonne. Quite fast flowing here. Tomorrow we will be heading off to possibly tackle the Sardy Flight. We did 17 locks yesterday and it was a race against time as well. So we can do this, we can do tomorrow. Beautiful. Options has sailed 2,015 kilometres from her home port of Hull and 300 from Paris. I'm on the bicycle doing a bit of exploring. Next stop is into the metropolis of Château. See what we can find. Red-headed Jules Renard penned the novel Poil de Carotte, Carrot Top in English. Born 1864, his parents raised him in Chittery, providing inspiration for his story of childhood. Exploring can reveal the strangest curiosities. This old taxicab built in England could be one of the original Austin models from the 1940s. If you can identify it, please let me know in the comments. So, slight change of plan. We decided not to stay at the last place because there was nothing there basically. Everything was closed, including the capitainerie, and there was very little facilities. There's nothing in the village. So we decided to move on, but we didn't know how to be able to alert the lock keeper. I went for a quick cycle ride to find out what was happening, if the lock was operating, and saw that there was two boats coming up and one boat coming down. So it was action stations. Here she is again on the bicycle. It was action stations, and we got the boat ready and going in about 5 minutes flat. So here we are now, heading towards Les Granges, not Grunge, Granges, Les Granges, and hopefully, because it's a hire boat place, there will be more facilities and also able better to prepare for the Sardy Flight, which is 16 locks in the space of around about 4 kilometres. So they're very close together. We do have a double lock coming up here as well. Double lock gates. Sheenagh just said she's fallen off a bicycle, which isn't good. Find out how or why later. But she's obviously in some pain. Blood? Oh no! Where did you fall off? Just there? First aid to administer. There's one more after this. No, correction, sorry. This is the last one before. It all happens so quick, I lose track of what we've done.
So we're stopping here, aren't we?
Yes. Well, it's stopping, it's about... It's called Les Granges. Les Granges. Les Granges. So this is a holiday hire centre. So we're expecting to find more facilities for us to be able to prepare for Monday. Sheenagh has gone on ahead to suss it out. After patching Sheenagh up, she was happy to stay with the boat while I headed off to check out the local area for provisioning. Oh, a little bike ride. I'm not going to be going 70.
So I decided I'd let Jonathan have a go on the bicycle. And he's been gone for a wee while. I think he's probably had a good time. I don't think he's fallen off. Hi! You've been to Corbigny? Right. Very good. Enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Didn't fall off?
No,
No, not like you.
Fantastic.
On a little bit of an adventure. Supposed to be a chateau here. All I can see is farmland. Où est le chateau? Oh, this is it. Apparently. Chateau Lantilly dates to the 14th century.
Here he comes. He's been for an extra bike ride.
I made the right decision staying here.
Oh, good. Why?
Chateau? Shitty. In fact, it is a vibrant manor house and centre of community, but unfortunately closed when I visited, which soured my view.
So I made the decision to stay here. He decided to go. So we're sat in a little tabac, having a little beer, and it's rather wet. And we thought the rain was going to be earlier, but it's now here. And it does look like it's pretty set in.
Oh yeah, it is said to be mushroom smell.
Yeah.
Is it too hot? Is it gristly?
Not gristly.
No?
Probably smells like mushroom.
Yeah.
I think you should try one.
No, thank you. 6 snails later, you're still alive?
So far. But it's not.
What's the texture like? Is the texture like mushrooms?
No. You have to chew them, but you chew seafood, you know, calamari.
Don't snails have a single foot that's quite hard? Would you have it again?
Yeah, because like they're low fat, low everything, and there's no calories hardly in them. So.
And high protein?
Yeah.
Next day, Corral passed us as we waited for the office to open for pumping out. Sheenagh washed clothes and I cleaned the boat before lunch. Then we made way to the first of 8 locks towards Sardy. We chatted with this French eclusier who spent 3 years in our hometown in the 80s. Weirdly, he spoke English with a Hull accent. Well, we've been having lots of help from the eclusiers, and there's 5 of them. Look at these vehicles. Look. There's one vehicle already there at the lock, and there's 2 other vehicles chasing behind. Sheenagh's waiting to take the lines. There's 5 eclusiers looking after one boat. Amazing. This isn't going to happen all day, surely. Last lock of the day. I can see Corral up there. That's in a bit of a state, isn't it?
Moored up for the evening. A nice, quick little jaunt. But here are the lovely eclusiers who helped us get through so quickly. So we thought we'd like to have a little toast with them. So thank you, you were very kind.
Time again now to explore. Well, we've been out for provisions. So we've borrowed a bicycle from George and Gaynor. And we've been to a place called Ypery, or Epery, I think that's how you pronounce it. And a little old bloke in a tabac, must have been about 150. I asked him for 6 beers in a bottle, and he went to his back room where it was just full of empty cans and all sorts, and got 6 Kronenberg, 1664, and brought them out and charged a fortune for them. But we also bought some onions as well. And then just down the road next door, almost, there was a boulangerie that had Leffy for sale as well. And stop. Railway track. We've heard a railway.
We've heard a train earlier.
Sheenagh said we heard a railway.
You didn't think it was in use.
I didn't think this was being used at all. It was derelict. Anyway, I'm hoping it's all downhill. I'm hoping we don't have to go up the next hill that's over there, but there's a possibility we might have to. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must go up. Going up. I think we've come across something that we were told about by some people in Seine. Who was it, brother? Bob and Nicky. And they mentioned about a aqueduct that fed parts of the canal. Far away above the highest locks, the River Yonne rises as a trickle in the Morvan National Park near the village of Glouon-Glen, and then flows 50 kilometres northwest to the Canal de Nivernais. In 1826, our hero Charles Poiret was appointed as chief engineer of the Nièvre section of the Nivernais Canal. In 1828, he submitted a survey report highlighting the problem of water scarcity feeding the canal. He proposed the use of a 28-kilometre long feed channel, taking water from a dammed section of the Yonne at Panissière, along a winding route and over 3 valleys by building aqueduct bridges. Work on the channel began in 1840 and took 3 years to complete. Sundowner time with our canal buddies and dinner on board Corral. Tomorrow, we tackle the Sardy Flight. The 16 locks cover 3.2 kilometres and raises the canal by almost 41 metres. All the locks are manually operated by éclusiers, and the guidebook suggests you allow at least half a day to complete the run. Hello! Here we are in Lock 10, art installation in a house built in 1826. And our friends over there, 2 famous people, letting the water in slowly. Sheenagh likened this éclusier to the Poldark actor Aiden Turner. And it's all happening fairly quickly, but it stopped raining, which is good news.
We're going to pass another lock and stop at the second one. Okay. Let's go a little bit.
He told us to moor up on the left. Yeah, that's what he said.
On reflection, we could have started earlier to complete the flight before lunch, or leave after lunch to finish before dinner. Nevertheless, the éclusiers must have their break, and we moored up in the shallows.
So we've just had lunch and this is the second lock and it's decided to absolutely pour down. Apparently a very pretty lock behind us was Écluse 6 where there was a tea room which was closed. So yeah, we're getting a little bit wet. It's not cold. "16 locks done. The Sardy Flight." But we've been advised just to keep away from the left side because there is a strong current.
There is a mooring place at Port Brûlé, but we wanted to reach the very top of the canal at bay, which is located after the last of the 3 tunnels. And we've been given the go-ahead to head up to the tunnels, which takes us right to the top of the Nivernais, where the 2 lakes are, the Etang de Bay and the Tang Vo. And it's quite eerie, actually. Beautiful when the sun shines through, though.
So there we have Coral, George, and Gaynor, and I'm being shouted there's branches. Can I stand up now?
Sheenagh's trying to work out how high we are.
240.
No more.
Way off?
No, not way off, percentage-wise.
16 times 3, you see.
Bearing in mind we did the 8 locks the day
Oh,
before.
I've forgotten them before. Okay. 260.
We are 270 metres above sea level. Wow, we've taken her all the way up. The maximum allowable draft on this section of the canal is 1.1 metres, boat height 2.7 metres. Look at this cutting. And the locks are shorter than the Freycinet gauge of 38.5 metres. This is due to its original use as a waterway for logs from the Morvan to Paris via Clemency. Might not see the end of this one. You can you? The size restrictions prevented commercial traffic from using the waterway, so it fell into decline very soon after completion.
Coming out of the second tunnel, 263 metres long, that one. And the next one is triple it.
The tunnel that we came through, the last one, comes underneath this bit here and comes out there. Ta-da! We came through that bit. Doesn't look wide enough, does it? Hire boat companies have saved the canal from disuse, and today it is now one of the most popular recreational cruising routes in Burgundy. Very peaceful.
But there's no restaurants.
That means we're going to have to cook.
We're sharing cooking tonight.
You're sharing with Gaynor
Yes.
and George?
Yes.
Okay. We reached the top and had to stop. It's all downhill from here to the Loire Valley. It's, what day is it? Wednesday? Oh, that's a bit of a shock that, wasn't it? Well, this is a bit challenging.